What did I make? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Ahmed. Today we're making crab Xacuti. I was really having a craving for crabs, and so I decided to rustle this up. Previously on my channel, I've made a mutton Xacuti recipe as well as a chicken Xacuti recipe. The original recipe came from my friend David D'Souza, and I've now made this my own. This recipe is really easy to put together and super delicious, served with some nice mota chawal or fat rice. Before I go any further with this recipe, do make sure to subscribe to my channel and ring that bell so you're notified every time I upload a new video. Now, let's get cooking. The basis of any good curry starts with a great medley of roasted spices. I'm going to start with 10 Kashmiri chilies. These have already been cut in half with the scissors to remove some of the seeds. Kashmiri chilies are not too spicy, but they do impart a wonderful red color. I'm also going to add 1 tablespoon of coriander seeds, half a teaspoon of black peppercorns, and a couple of whole spices. I have a 1-inch piece of cinnamon, 1 star anise, 2 green cardamoms, and 5 cloves. In these go. Add a half teaspoon of fennel, 2 teaspoons of white poppy seeds. Now there's a difference between white and black poppy seeds. Black poppy seeds are widely available all over in North American stores. White poppy seeds you can find mostly in specialty stores or Indian stores. The white poppy seeds are less sweet. If you can't find white poppy seeds, you can also substitute black poppy seeds. Also add a half teaspoon of cumin seeds. Just stir this so it doesn't burn. Once the spices get hot, you can smell the aroma of the chilies and the other spices, and it's time to allow them to cool. Add a tiny bit of oil and add a half cup of sliced onions. I'm also going to add 8 garlic cloves. I just sliced these so they are easier to roast. You can add coconut oil, by the way. It's very traditional. I'm out of coconut oil today, so regular cooking oil will work. I'm going to make room in this hot pan and I'm going to add 1 cup of grated coconut. If using fresh, you can just finely slice the coconut before roasting. Now allow the heat to work its magic. The coconut, onion, and garlic are all starting to brown in spots. We're looking for this as the Xacuti is famous for its toasted spice and coconut aroma and taste. It looks just about right now, so I'm going to turn the heat off and allow it to cool. I'm going to get all of my dry spices into a blender. Typically, I prefer to powder my dry spices first, followed by the wet spices. But my small spice jar is busted, so I'm just going to add everything into this bigger jar. Add all of the onion, garlic, and coconut. I'm also going to add a half teaspoon of turmeric. If you're using a plastic jar, add the turmeric at the time of cooking as it will tend to stain the plastic. Add some water to get this going and process. I will usually let this grind for at least 4 to 5 minutes. Be sure to turn your food processor off in between just to give your motor a break. This is looking good, but it's still very coarse, so we're going to add some more water and grind it again. Add water in between as needed. For additional flavor, you can use coconut water to grind this instead of regular water. If you want to make this masala ahead, you can just make it and store it in your fridge for a week, or you could even freeze it. This is a great way to save time. You can also powder just the dry ingredients, add the turmeric and store it in an airtight jar, and you can roast the onion, garlic, and coconut and add the powder when you need it. Depending on your needs and storage space, all three of these methods will work well. This is looking really nice now, so I'm ready to go. Add 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil to a hot karai or pot. Alternatively, you can and must use coconut oil. Add a half cup of diced onions. I'm going to allow these onions to first sweat and then eventually they're going to caramelize. Add all of that ground Xacuti masala in and saute the masala so it cooks. I've also added 2 cups of water to my food processor so I don't lose any of that spice blend. I'm going to cook this masala for a few minutes. You will notice that the color of the masala has started to deepen. Add salt to taste and 2 teaspoons of jaggery. Jaggery is an unrefined, unprocessed sugar. Now I'm going to tip my crabs in. I have 2 pounds of crabs here. These are soft shell blue crabs, but you can use any kind that you like. I have about a 2-inch piece of tamarind here. This is just tamarind pulp, and I soaked it in about a half cup of hot water. This has been sitting on my counter for about 10 minutes. I'm just going to squeeze the tamarind with my fingers to extract all of that tamarind juice. Holding on to the solids, I'm going to pour all of the liquid in. Mix this in. Add salt to taste again, as the crabs are going to need a little bit extra seasoning. I'm going to add the 2 cups of water that I added to my food processor earlier, and I'm going to stir this in. Put a lid on it and allow the crabs to cook for about 15 to 20 minutes, stirring in between. Turn the heat off and this is ready to serve. These crabs are just so gorgeous that I have to capture this for Instagram. Be sure to follow me for a ton of behind the scenes footage on my Instagram profile. Garnished with fresh coriander, this crab curry is best served with some nice mota chawal, also known as fat rice, and a simple salad. Enjoy! Thank you so much for joining me on Cravings Food Adventures. I really hope you enjoyed this absolutely delicious recipe for crab Xacuti. It is a perfect Sunday lunch. You can serve it with some mota chawal and perhaps some pickle on the side, and it's absolutely delicious. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, guys, and share my channel as well as my videos with your family and friends. And do ring that bell so you're notified every time I upload a new video. And be sure to follow me behind the scenes on all of my social channels. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter. Until I see you next time, do take care. Bye.